Okay, let's see. Are we live now? Give it another look. Possibly, maybe, to be confirmed. Give it another refresh. Acting up in mind, of course. Anything else would be too smooth. That's right. There we go. Looks like we're live. We're going. There we go. All right. Welcome back to another sprint review. It's been a hot minute, but I figured I should probably get started again. Let's get some more light on this face. There we go. So, Sprint 11. What a journey. What a trip. What an adventure. It's been a lot of fun. But I also got very best word is stunlocked for my fellow gamers out there. I hit my product goal in the Scrum experiment and did some wonderful results as a result of all of that, as I spoke about in the Scrum experiment, and it genuinely threw me for a big old loop. I got a little bit lost after that. Oh, okay, well, I got that sorted, so now what? Well, I've had to think more about what am I trying to achieve, right? What am I aiming for, both with business, with myself? So where am I going to go next? So as you might see here in the background, I've redone the little mural a little bit, make it a bit easier on the eyes was the idea, because I found it a bit bright myself. And since this is where I manage my sprint work and my sprint backlog and product backlog, I wanted a more comfortable time of it. And what I've been working on lately, as you may have noticed, is the agendas, the different Scrum event agendas, because, well, one, I've always wanted to make some so I can give them to people I'm supporting, either clients or trainees, but also I figured it would be useful for the general community. But I've also had to spend a lot of time, again, rethinking where I'm going. That's kind of where we're at now. I've been ideating additional service offerings. I have been getting some support with my marketing, so you'll be seeing my marketing changing as of this week, Monday. You may have seen some new videos coming out, and you'll see my social media feed looking at a little bit different because, well, I'm getting some support with it. Finally, after grumbling about it for so long, I figured I'll bite the bullet and I'll see what I can do with some help. So that should hopefully work well. But what have I been doing in Sprint 11? Sprint 11 has been running since, let's see, the 15th, no, not 15th, the 13th of April. It's been a longer sprint because, again, I've just not been entirely sure what to do. But we're starting fresh again with 3-week-long sprints going forward. They were 2 weeks before. Found that a little bit too much, a little bit hard to do, especially around the trainings, which is why of the, I think, 9 sprint reviews I did, I forgot one, and one had to be moved because of life events. So we're doing 3 weeks, and I mapped it out on my calendar for the rest of the year, and it looks to work pretty well. So what have I got to show for the work done over the last 3 weeks? Well, for one, the biggest thing is getting support with the marketing. So that is now taking stage. You'll be seeing more regular videos coming out on YouTube, answering common questions. You'll be seeing some articles coming out as well on my social media feed. I will thus have more time as well, now that I'm getting some support with this, to do more visuals, and also I did additional service offerings. So the idea is from June onwards, most likely. It should have got before then, but I'll be available for it from June onwards. I will have some service offerings beyond training available on my website. We'll be seeing a little website refresh. So quite a few irons in the works, quite a few irons in the fire. But that's all in progress. And this is a sprint review, so we're going to focus on what was done. And what was done was really mostly the marketing. And the, I believe, let me make sure I'm not being a liar here. Let me see when I actually got it out the door. I think we got the sprint review example agenda out the door by then as well. Let's see if we can navigate to it. Yes, right at the start of the sprint, we got the sprint review Scrum event agenda out, and it's had 67 downloads so far, and even more views, of course, which is fantastic. It's had quite a few views on YouTube. On the YouTubes, it's had, let me see if I can find it. Would be good if I hadn't closed all that down. Let me go to my studio feed. And again, I apologize for the lack of preparedness. Normally I'm more prepared for the reviews than I am now, but because I am still collecting myself to get back into another run of sprints and doing them well and openly and honestly, and getting stuff done within them, still gathering my brain around it. So let's see, YouTube. Right, this is misbehaving, but it is. Cool. And it's had as many as 53 views on YouTube, which is pretty fun, and 5 whole likes, which I'm quite pleased about. Quite pleased about. We're increasing our subscriber count on YouTube. We're increasing our engagement on LinkedIn, which is great. I have opened a TikTok account and I've reopened my Twitter account. So I will be starting to use those social medias as well. We'll see about the Twitter one. It's not been looking great lately, let's face it. So we may not keep that one going. We'll see what the reception to it is. Other than that, it's just been recentering and refocusing. And I said before that I would share my vision when I was ready. First, I would share with you my product goal. My product goal is that for 2023, 50% or more of my public courses are sold out. I didn't have a sprint goal for the sprint because, again, I was a bit confused. I had to figure out what on earth I was doing now that I hit my first target much sooner than I expected. So for the next sprint, you will see a sprint goal in place. I'm creating that, of course, today. After this, we're doing sprint planning. And then we'll crack on after that. Now, as for my vision, it is still being worked on, but I'm comfortable sharing it right now. My vision, let me dig it out so I can give you the real wording of it, because I think that will be useful. It is to be the #1 resource for change agents. That is what I want Pragmatic Shift to be. I want Pragmatic Shift to be the #1 resource for change agents. That, of course, includes consultants, agile coaches, scrum masters, product owners, anyone helping a business or a team or an individual with transitioning through change in a professional setting. I want Pragmatic Shift to be the place to go to in terms of templates, toolkits, trainings, learning, support if they do need me to help them with that transition. That's the idea. That is the idea. So we will be offering consulting and coaching, more templates, some toolkits. I'm hoping to create some physical products this year, or at least a physical product is the goal. And then we'll take it from there. And I'm gonna dig around a little bit in the background. This is stuff I'm still thinking through, so it's not quite ready to be shared yet. But I want to show you or share with you some ideas for milestones. Well, one of them is just get 10,000 views on my content. We're getting there. We're over 1,000, so we're well over 10% of the way, which is great. I want my first product sold. That is not a training product, which is very exciting. I'm hoping to have that achieved in the next quarter. Hopefully by the end of Q2, I've achieved that. And this is a weird one. Evidence of customer success. Now, I have plenty of that when I've worked through other businesses. Again, Pragmatic Shift is my own business. I have done a lot of business on behalf of other businesses through it, but very few direct clients, right? Direct clients where I'm helping them manage change. And that is the idea here is I want to help some of my direct clients and get evidence of improvement, which means I need to baseline results and then check in and see what happened after the fact. Because I want to have evidence that what I'm sharing, what I'm hoping to do, works. Because one, if it doesn't, I don't want to do it. And two, because I'm sure it does, I've seen it happen before, I want people to feel reassured that, yes, this is indeed very beneficial, this is indeed very valuable. Here's the evidence from others who have gone through the same or a similar journey as you are hoping to do. These are all things I'm hoping to achieve as soon as possible. Hopefully in the next quarter, or at least in the next 2 quarters. So before, before October this year, I'm hoping to have those milestones achieved. 10,000 views on my content, I believe I will hit that this year. It's an audacious goal, it's a bold goal, but I think it's a milestone that I can achieve, especially now that I'm getting some assistance with marketing, and I'll have a bit more time for getting things done and focusing more on the creation and, for lack of a better way of putting it, the sales aspect of the business and only the marketing aspect of the business. And that is really it. In terms of where to go next, the next step now is to continue ideating those initial service offerings. I'm working with some of my trusted colleagues to have an idea of what that might look like, get some inspiration from them, and find my own approach to it. I will then talk about that in the next sprint review to show you what it's looking like right now. Finish off the agendas. I've got the retrospective and daily scrum to do, and then I've got a little exercise template I want to share as well called 5-7 Alpha that I think will be very valuable. And I think that should do it for the next sprint. I think that is enough to do for the next sprint. I always underestimate how long these take to do, but in the next sprint I also have some trainings to deliver, which is of course going to take some time away from content creation. But that's part of the business, right? That's part of the business plan is I take some time to deliver my courses, do my consulting and coaching, and the other time is spent on creating new content that is available for free, unless I eventually make a paid for product, which hopefully I'll create one this year. And that's it. So next sprint, that is finish off the agendas and the 5-7 Alpha exercise, ideate the initial service offerings and get those on the website, and get my community up and running, which will very likely be on Discord. It was between Discord and Slack, but personally I don't like Slack. I've never really enjoyed the feel as someone interacting with it of Slack, but Discord I always found much more easy, and it's free, which is always a nice bonus. You can get started much more easily with Discord. So that's probably what we're going to go with, but I need to learn a bit more about how to actually manage a Discord space for that to happen. But that's all what's hopefully, touch wood, coming up in the next sprint. And that's it for this sprint review. Apologies, it's a little bit scatterbrained, it's a little bit all over the place, but it's because I've been a little bit all over the place in the last sprint. But we're getting back to it. We're getting ourselves together, and I'm hoping to have something a bit more interesting, a bit more chunky, a bit more meaty to share with you in the next sprint review, which will be in 3 weeks' time. And let me check my calendar. That would be the 24th of May. So hopefully you are joining me on the 24th of May, either live or in one of these playbacks. I'll see you then. Other than that, you take care. Good luck.